was having problems launching the studio. I think I was having problems launching it from my profile. So I just wanted to go live and all issues disappeared. Kept on giving me a fucking error. And I'm like, I'm not going to launch studio if I can't be on camera. What the hell? Yeah, that's right. Okay, I think you're supposed to join. There's a space. You've been invited. And nobody that hates you is here yet. We're off to a great start, I'd say. Got plenty of coffee. Yeah, that's right. Hey, what's up, Clear Foss? I don't know how Clear Foss feels about you. You hate him, you love him, you feel he's all right, like I do. Sit back. What's up, J Ram? Coach J Ram. Cherokee Girl and Bear. Oh, what's up, Amram? They're both here. The Rams. All right, I'll look up in my notes all the things I wrote down to talk about with Lycan. And when he gets here, we'll start that conversation. Okay, boom. He's here now. Ooh, looks like I'm being joined. Just in time. All right. Brace yourself. Oh, what's up, tinfoil hat? Hello? See, somebody's coming in. Not quite here yet. All right. And Bear. So, okay. Search for one that's on my mind and the mind of most people in the world of TV at this moment, right there. Okay. Okay, we'll fight. Oh, hey, Jamie.
All right, I'm here. What's up?
What's up? Well, it looks like none of your haters here, just your friends showed up so far.
Oh man,
So we're off to a good start.
I was hoping for a tussle.
I'm
No,
sure
I'm just kidding.
as
Hey,
we
what's
go
up?
through the content, somebody will be like, why is that douche, that faggot douche on your show? Just preparing for it now.
I invited him. That's why.
Because I wanted to nerd out on TV and movies, and he's the guy. That's why. But,
What's up, Riley, Gloria, Cherokee Girl,
so how you doing?
Anna, Tinfoil Hats. What's up, J Rom, Clear Foss? I'm good. I actually just woke up from a nap. I'm hungry, honestly, so probably not going to be on here for like an hour and a half. I'm probably going to be on here for like half an hour.
All right. Well, we'll be here for as long as you want to be here. That's the key.
All right. Cool.
All right. I think I'll hit it right away. Game of Thrones happened recently. It's a big phenomenon.
No, it didn't. But okay.
Okay. Well, I'm saying like it was popular recently.
I think the popularity of that, it came and went like 5 to 10 years ago.
Okay. Well.
But yeah.
It's part of the TV thing. It ended recently. Sure. That's why I brought it up.
Sure.
Were you a fan?
Yeah, I did. I did like it. I can't say that I liked it from the beginning, because when I first heard about it and people were, screaming about it and they're raving about it, I was kind of like, I don't know. It just wasn't my thing. It was like this, medieval fantasy kind of thing and kind of boring. And, I think I saw like one episode and I was just like, this is it? This is the show? It just bored me. So I didn't even bother to check out the rest. But years later, I don't know, like 5 to 6 years later, I decided to check it out. I don't know why. I think maybe because like a girl I was dating at the time was into it. And so I got into it. And it actually ended up being like a really good show. So the only bad part is like near the end of the show, the end of the series, the last like couple of seasons kind of sucked.
Okay, but don't give away. I'm only in the first season.
I won't.
Lots of my friends will rave about it. Then like people are talking about as it's ending, and I'd have conversation with people, and I got at least check out 1 or 2 episodes. So I did. I saw like 4 episodes. I might go back in a few months, check out some more. I'm only new to it. I find it interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the show? What about the show do you like so far?
There's lots of sex.
Okay.
There's sex. I like the dwarf character. He's real intelligent.
Oh yeah, that he's a popular character on the show.
Yeah,
I forgot. I already forgot his name.
Kings and queens. I mean,
Oh yeah.
swords. There's
Can we go
fighting.
side by side? How does this
Aren't
work?
there like dragons at some point?
I don't know how this works. I'm not. I'm really new to this site, guys. So I don't know. However, Kenny has it is how it's going to be, I guess.
Yeah, I have trouble. Well, I tried entering the broadcast, started from my profile page, and kept on giving me errors. And I'm like, so I restarted the whole computer, and I'm like, I'll just go live from Go Live. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
All right. Okay. What are your
because
thoughts?
I'm seeing this thing here on the bottom where it says like stack, pip, grid, and wide. I think that
first time seeing all that.
Yeah, I think that has to do with like the orientation of the boxes of the cameras.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay, what were your thoughts on Star Wars, the original series, and what's been done to it since?
I mean, this might sound like blasphemy or something, nerd blasphemy, but I was never really that much into the Star Wars movies. The originals, I didn't really care for. The prequels were kind of dumb, although there were some badass things in there. And then so when The Force Awakens, when that whole thing came out, I was just like, oh, okay, more Star Wars. It ended up being kind of like, what you'd expect from a modern day Star Wars, kind of feminist, SJW stuff, bad writing. Yeah, just overall kind of whatever. Yeah. I'm much more passionate when it comes to sci-fi. I'm much more passionate about stuff that's not as popular, not as in vogue.
Wow. Like
like Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think some of the Stargate.
I haven't watched much of that, but I might go check out the series.
Definitely go check it out. It's a great fucking show.
I will. Then I can come up on your stream and we can talk about it. Hey now.
Yeah, no, I see that, J-Rom. I don't really give a shit.
I was a big fan of the first 3 movies, right? And then they made the prequels, and I'm like, there might have been like one really good one, the final one, Revenge of the Sith, Attack of the Clones, was pretty cool. But it wasn't that great. It wasn't as good as the first 3. And the thing that Disney's doing, I mean, they came out with Rogue One. Rogue One was really amazing. The rest, not so much.
Oh, I really liked The Mandalorian. That was maybe like the one Star Wars thing that I really actually loved. Whereas the other stuff, like a lot of it I kind of just tolerated or I thought was like okay, like pretty good stuff. But The Mandalorian is like legit just a great fucking show from top to bottom.
I haven't seen it yet, but I plan to.
Definitely go see it. You've missed 2 seasons already.
Oh wow!
Yeah, got some catching up to do.
I gotta find a way to get Disney. Maybe you could give me pointers offline how you got Disney without paying for it.
Oh well, I mean that's easy, Kenny. I can show you how to get something from Disney Plus.
Okay, we could talk offline.
Yeah, we'll talk offline.
What about the Office, the English or American version?
I liked it. To me though, like with The Office, I feel like it hit its peak at a certain point, and then it just kept going.
Yeah,
it just kept like because it was a popular show, so they wanted to continue it even after people left the show, especially.
I mean, when Michael Scott left, it's like, well, he's the main character. Why are you continuing to go on with the show?
Yeah, Steve Carell, who plays Michael Scott, he left the show, and I was like, okay, this is not going to be the same show now. I mean, he's the heart and soul of the show. You can't really get rid of him and have it be the same show. They tried, and they substituted him with a bunch of other people. But for me, when that happened, that made the show feel aimless. I don't know.
I get that a little
Very
bit.
unprofessional, Kenny, to have your phone ringing in the background like that.
It's a troll that always calls. I know a way to
Very,
get rid of them.
very unprofessional. And I'm going to leave your show now.
No, I'm
I'm
just over
leaving.
here now.
You can't hang up the fucking phone.
No, I just unplugged the phone. That's the way to get rid of them.
You gotta unplug the phone. Hey, EFD, what's up?
Hey, EFT. All right. I mean, it doesn't matter where I do the show. I could do the show from the floor, and I'm still doing the show.
Right. Okay. So, yeah. So for me, it's like, it wasn't like bad after that. It just,
Different.
It just felt different. It felt aimless. It felt.
Yeah, I saw the last
whatever.
episode Michael Scott was in recently, right? And then
Mhm.
Will Ferrell takes over, and it all started to not seem as great. I mean, it was still a funny show, but something. It's kind of like maybe that was a jump the shark moment.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, it was. It just. I feel like it was kind of overextending itself, but it had to do it because the ratings were just so damn good. So they kept going and they kept going, and this for years after that. They didn't even stop after like 1 year or 2 years. I think there was like,
wow.
Like what was there, like 5 more seasons after that or some shit? Someone,
I don't know, man.
feel free to correct me in the chat, but
I'm not that deep into The Office, but
they kept going like for years after that. Just getting new people in there, new situations, and I'm not saying it was bad. It's just I don't know. I don't know. It just felt different. I feel like they should have ended the show and then done maybe like a spin-off show or something, or
Well,
I realized they
I
couldn't.
kind of feel like, okay,
Yeah.
you remember when Happy Days got the new owner of the place they hang out, right? Of the diner of Arnold's, right?
Yeah.
I have nothing against that new owner. Nothing against Asians. I love them, especially that guy. That guy was in the Karate Kid, right? That guy was in the Karate Kid. I love that guy for Karate Kid, right? But it's kind of like then they got a bunch of other new characters, and it's like this isn't the same Happy Days. Nah. And they went on for a few more years, and it's like, what's going on here? This isn't the Happy Days I remember it being. Thank you for the award. Yeah, and that's just.
Oh wow! Good job. Hey, what's up, Robin? Joey Bananas. What's up?
All right. Let's see. Are you a fan of the movie The Wedding Singer?
Yes, I love that movie.
I also love that movie.
That's like one of the few, great like romantic comedies.
Yes, and one of the really great Adam Sandler movies. At some point, you'd be sitting around and you'd be like, these Adam Sandler movies, they're not so good anymore. That's when they were like, wow, every Adam Sandler movie was good then.
Yes. It hit the mid-90s for Adam Sandler. He was spitting out gold.
Yeah, and you're like, wow, another Adam Sandler movie. I better go to the theater to see this one because, they might suck one day. Well, you don't want to think that, but if you could go see a movie in the theater, Adam Sandler back then, even like Punch Drunk Love, that might be a dark comedy. That film was also very good. That was
a great movie.
Worth seeing
that was Paul Thomas Anderson or something like that. I think who made that.
I'm not sure. It's probably it's an indie, right?
Yeah.
So
Paul Thomas Anderson, I think he's a great director. So I guess it's owed a lot to him. But Adam Sandler, he did have like a very good emotional performance in that you wouldn't have expected.
Yeah.
So just an all around great fucking film. Wedding Crashers asks Joey Bananas.
Yes. All right. What about? Are you a fan of mob movies?
Mom?
No, mob.
Oh, mob.
Like the mafia. Like it would be, the Italian mob, the Irish mob, any mob.
I mean,
or gang life in general.
Yes and no. Like it's not like one of my favorite subgenres, but I have liked a fair few of them in the past, like Casino, Martin Scorsese's Casino, Goodfellas, The Departed, lots of other films like that. Yeah,
Goodfellas is one of my favorites. It might be my favorite of those kinds of movies. Pulp Fiction too.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction. I don't know if I would classify that as a mob movie.
Well, it's a gang life.
That
Eh,
and the gang kind of acts like they're the mob, like it's very
eh,
mafia or
I don't
gang
know. I guess
related
technically you could see it as a mob movie, but
or
I feel like
gangster life.
I
They
feel
are
like there's too
gangsters.
many. I feel like with Pulp Fiction, there's too many other elements to
I don't know,
properly
man,
consider it a mob movie.
but
You know,
it's kind of like gang life. That guy, the head boss,
kinda.
is a gangster. Yeah,
Sure, sure.
yeah. So it goes under the category of gang
Yeah,
life.
I didn't like Irishman. Joey Bananas. Irishman was so overlong and bloated, and the
Mm.
special effects were so distracting, and the acting and
Oh,
just
you
the
know it's
script
good.
and was just kind of blah.
I
But
liked The Irishman, but you know it's also really good. Kill
what
the Irishman.
kill the? Oh yeah, I haven't seen that, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's good. Christopher Walken appears in it.
Mhm.
He's in it, so it's good.
Oh, nice.
I liked it.
Yeah, that's probably a better movie than The Irishman. I mean, look, I'm gonna say this: if you're watching a movie and you take like 16 breaks from it while you're watching it, it's not a good sign.
And it is like 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Too good either.
It's not just the length, it's just the fact they don't really do much to keep you invested in the story,
Yeah.
and you just get bored and you keep cutting away from it.
Maybe
That's me.
Marty's better at Italian mob films. That might be.
Maybe. Possibly. I feel like it's kind of funny every time he does one of those films. There's always this tension between the Irish and the Italians. Have you heard?
Yeah.
Have you seen that? That's like a thing in his movies. Like if there's a lot of Italians, but there's always like a couple of Irishmen or some Irish opposition, or maybe you have to focus on the Irish people like they're the underdogs or something.
Of the Irish mob films that came out so far is probably The Departed. That's a really good one.
Yeah, that was really good. I actually like that one almost the most out of Martin Scorsese's filmography.
Wow, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, Casino was really good though. That was really good.
Yeah, I like Casino.
It was a good display of just like human nature.
Yeah.
And just like Joe Pesci in that is like the best that he's been in any of those movies, in my opinion.
That's true.
He's just he's a complete utter psychopath in that movie.
Usually the most ruthless, crazy mobsters get the same ending that character gets in that movie.
Yeah.
Close to that, too. It could be a different way. Like they're in the movie theater and the silencer gun comes out and right. Or something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he was so ruthless that it's no surprise when you get that scene what happens to him. Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
No. Oh yeah, I do.
A shine box. What is a shine box?
Like when you're shining shoes, and that's what you do all day and all night, right? And that's what the character used to do in Goodfellas, the Tommy guy. And he shines shoes, right? Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
it's my favorite scene too when he mentions that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Rex. So one of my people that probably doesn't like it is here already.
He was on my stream last night.
Okay, so maybe he likes you a little bit.
Maybe. I don't know.
No, you. You always screw that one up.
New.
All right. What are your feelings on the movie Halloween and the franchise?
I think Halloween was probably very revolutionary when it first came out. But if you watch it today, it's a bit boring.
I still find it interesting.
Still a classic, especially from that time period. Just seeing how they thought about horror movies and how things were evolving.
Right. In fact, I like 2 better.
Yeah, I think Halloween 2 was probably scarier.
Yeah, it's more gruesome. Intense. There's more death. There's more gore.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then they did Halloween 3, which was a completely different movie.
Horrible. It's the worst.
Well, people liked it. I still haven't seen it yet. I should get around to seeing that. People liked the movie, but they didn't like that it didn't continue the story from the last movie. Like people just had an expectation that that's what was going to come next. Like some more, Michael Myers shit. What's up, Gordo?
But 4 is better than 3. 5 is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
The
Can't even remember
20th anniversary. 20th anniversary is great.
Mhm.
I've heard somebody has not recommended Resurrection, so my horror experts tell me it sucks.
Yeah, Resurrection was bad. I liked H2O, even though H2O, when you look back and you watch that again, even that's a little boring. Like,
Well, I
I don't
only
know.
saw it once.
Something about
2 or 3 years ago.
pacing. Something about the pacing of horror movies. It just like sometimes it can be incredibly slow and boring. It just
All
take
right.
you out of it.
I'm gonna move on to something more relevant. What do you think
right.
of the Goldbergs TV show? That is relevant.
Haven't seen it.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a shame.
I know I'm a Jew, but I haven't seen it.
It's about the 80s. Don't like the 80s? I love me some 80s.
The 80s?
Yeah, that show is about nothing but the 80s.
Oh yeah, I love the 80s.
So you would love that show. You can catch up on. Well, I can catch
so many
up on
different
channel.
things. There's so many different fucking things to.
They've reruns on channel 11 of that show now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. Okay, what about Hellraiser? Into that?
Hellraiser.
They made a book.
Yeah, I saw the first
several movies.
I think I saw the first 2 of those, and they were pretty fucked up.
3 was pretty good. Hell on Earth. They made a comic book about it.
The gore and all the gruesome stuff was cool. Yeah. Can you talk about Mortal Kombat at some point, please? Says Rex. And your thoughts on Johnny Cage being left out because he's a white male. Oh shit.
I don't really know who that is. Let's see. I played Mortal Kombat when it was in the arcades. I think they've made several movies about it now, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not really big into video game movies, and I'm like, I enjoy playing the video game. Why do we have to turn this into a 2-hour thing that people have to go watch?
Because it's marketable, I guess,
Yeah, I guess, but I just find that so boring. I'm like, well, that's not my version of the story. I want to go play that right now.
Right.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
So we've talked about Rex. There you go, man. What do you think of it since you're another person in this conversation?
I really don't give a shit about Mortal Kombat, to be honest. I thought I saw the trailer for the new movie coming out, and it wasn't bad. It looked interesting. I thought there was one part where, what was it, Sub-Zero? He stabbed the guy and blood came out.
I remember that character. So
and he froze the guy's blood, and then I think he stabbed him in the chest with his own blood. I thought that was funny.
I say Hellraiser, and
I'm not sure if I saw that. I'm not sure if I was right what I saw, if that's what happened, but that's what it looked like when I watched the trailer.
Hellraiser and Andrew Cuomo both have nipple rings. That is not a coincidence. Yeah. All right. Let's see. All right. What did you think?
This is a robe. This is a robe.
Did you ever watch Living Color, the TV show?
I think I might have watched a couple episodes, but I didn't habitually watch it. No.
Oh, I did. Well, I was around in the 90s. It was around.
And then, all right, are you isn't that more of a Canadian show?
No.
Wasn't?
No, I mean, it had Jim Carrey. He's the one and only Canadian, but pretty much everybody else was American.
Okay.
For the most part.
Huh. Gotcha. Yeah. I remember watching Kids in the Hall when I was young. That was like I
was a fan of that.
That was my comedy sketch show, that I really liked. It was so weird. Like I just remember like so many little things from it, like the I'm crushing your head guy, like I'm crushing your head. I'm crushing your head. Like,
I'm crushing your head. I'm crushing your head.
And then he met the guy that he was like pinching his face. He's like, I'm crushing your head. I'm pinching your face. I'm crushing your head. I'm pinching your face. That shit was so great. So many great memes from that.
Yes. Were you a fan of Kill Bill 1 and 2?
I remember liking them. I haven't seen them in a long time.
Let's see. I haven't seen them in a few years.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I own them. Such a slacker.
Yeah. That sucks for you. What's up, Chrissy?
Chrissy's Corner in the house. What's up?
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. All right. What about? Do you like game shows?
Game shows, not particularly.
I'm a huge fan.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We don't have to talk about them. You don't watch any.
I mean, which ones do you like?
Price is Right. I also like a lot of the nighttime ones, like Celebrity, Wheel of Fortune, Family Feud, The Hustler,
Oh yeah,
a few others.
yeah. I remember watching like some game shows here and there, but it's not. They were never like a major thing for me. Obviously, there's Jeopardy and
I like a little Jeopardy sometimes.
yeah, Jeopardy is a great one. And then you have fucking what's the one that came around with Jeopardy? I keep forgetting that fucking.
All right. Somebody, Gonzo or Gordo asked, do you like The Big Bang Theory? I was a fan while I was on TV. Other than that, not so much.
Yes, Robin, we're on a date. Kenny is interviewing me for how good of a partner I'm going to make.
No, we're not on a date.
I know I don't like Big Bang Theory. Sorry, Gordo. I'm not a nerd like you.
Okay. Well, you probably haven't seen this.
Wheel of Fortune. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay. What about Swingers, the Jon Favreau movie with Vince Vaughn?
That was a great fucking movie. And
Yes,
I say to sometimes to people like, man, you're so money. You don't even know how money you are. Like I just love the lingo in that movie. It's so great.
Yes.
So money.
The lingo is pretty good.
Man, come on, baby.
Look like the money on the bomb.
There's gonna be lots of beautiful babies there. Come on, let's go. It's gonna be money.
Yeah, that's right.
It's so funny. Like you look back on that now, and like any of that terminology just sounds like gobbledygook. Like it doesn't make any sense. I'm sure in maybe the 90s, it probably that maybe people said you're money or that's money or something. But nowadays, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Right. But what about the bomb?
The what?
The bomb.
The bomb?
That's
all right. Yeah. Like you're the bomb. Yeah. Yeah.
That's still a term. That term goes all the way back to George Clinton describing their music. It's the bomb. That's right.
It's the bomb. That's not even the bomb. It's da bomb.
The bomb.
Da bomb.
The bomb.
No, duh.
The.
Duh with a D.
The.
Da bomb.
The bomb.
Okay, I keep hearing the way you say it.
Okay.
Hey, Stanley Moon, what's up?
What about, were you ever a fan of Shaft?
No. Never watched that. Answering machine scene is hilarious. Yeah,
what about,
when he keeps leaving messages on her machine and like she's never satisfied with it, so he keeps calling and calling her, and then she calls back the one last time. She's like, "Never call me again." It's just so crushing.
That's pretty soul crushing right there.
Yeah.
Okay, what about okay, so what about Superfly? Have you ever watched Superfly?
No, never watched that.
You ever watched any blaxploitation films?
I don't think so.
I've watched a few. Shaft, Superfly.
Have you seen that? Was it Black Dynamite or whatever the fuck it's called?
No, but I've seen Superfly and Shaft. I even watched a remake Samuel L. Jackson did. It's pretty good.
Gotcha.
Are you a fan of Total Recall?
I love Total Recall. Yes,
that's
one of my favorites. That's one of my favorites. Sci-fi. No, fuck the new version.
The new version is one of the most horrible remakes I've ever seen in my life.
It's terrible.
I think somebody should take the original print and incinerate it.
What sucks is like I actually was looking forward to that movie.
I was too.
Like I was like, oh, this is gonna be cool. It's gonna be like updated and better special effects and it's gonna be
really they have to go with Robots A. B. They have to go Colin fucking Farrell.
Yeah, but every choice that they made was pretty much like an inferior choice to the
I hate
Paul Verhoeven original.
He's the worst.
It was terrible. Just such a disappointment. I mean, I guess it looked good, but it doesn't mean much when the story and the action and the acting, everything about it was shit.
Hey, Stan, what's up, man?
He came in earlier. You missed him.
Oh, all right.
Chrissy.
Now just noticing he's here.
Hmm.
Were you a fan of Curb Your Enthusiasm and Seinfeld?
I really like Curb Your Enthusiasm. I wasn't that big of a fan of Seinfeld, but I still recognize it was a great show.
Yes,
I watched it, when I was a kid, I guess. But I don't know. Curb for me is like the superior show. It was so much more experimental, and the comedy is so much more like on point and hilarious to me personally. Maybe it's just my taste in comedy, but
I like both shows. I'd say almost equally at this point.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
all right. Gotcha.
It would probably be 60-40 Seinfeld over Curb. Yeah.
What's up, Caleb?
What about Happy Days? Were you a fan of Happy Days?
I think I probably watched it as a kid, but I didn't really get into it at all, like growing up.
I watched it as a kid also, but as I went on, I rolled back a little bit as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Every
year. How about Quantum Leap? You ever watch that show?
Oh hell yeah! I watched it when I was a teenager. Way back when. I still watch it sometimes now.
Yeah, because back then I didn't get to see it when it originally came out, obviously, because it came out in 1987, and then it ended in 93 or something like that.
That's when I started watching it as they were rerunning it.
Yeah, so I watched it on the reruns on like USA and Sci-Fi Channel back in the 90s. This is when I was like in junior high school, thereabouts. And it was like my favorite fucking show for like years after that.
I can't say it was my favorite show until probably Seinfeld, and that became my favorite show. And most of the people I knew around me gravitated to it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
That's more like in the mid-90s, but before that, probably The Simpsons and Quantum Leap and New York Undercover. And then Seinfeld.
Tinfoil Hat says Quantum Leap, Sliders, Farscape. I still haven't seen Farscape, but yeah, Sliders I remember as well. That was fun. Yes, Quantum Leap was incredible. I feel like I saw
Sliders. I still haven't seen Farscape. So I'm
you know how disappointed that I've been for years that we have not gotten a Quantum Leap follow-up or a reboot or anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
I mean, what's he doing? He doesn't have time for this?
Well, there's a number of factors. There's Don Belisario, who was the showrunner, and he's focused on other projects. And NBC, Universal, they own the property to Quantum Leap, so they kind of have to get off their fat ass and actually make the production happen because they own the rights. Then you have Scott Bakula, who I think would be down. He'd be ready for it. And then you have Dean Stockwell. I think he'd be down, but he's getting up there. He's getting older,
Well, so Scott can't be the way he was. Something years ago.
Right, but I feel like he could offer a good mentor role for.
He could probably. I'd say they could probably pull off one season with everybody the way they've aged. Maybe.
Well, they would need to be in different roles. I think Al could be good, like in a more of a programmer, role, like at the project, and not so much on the adventures. Maybe he calls them like an intercom or something and has witty retorts to say.
Bakula's still the lead, right?
Yes. Well, no, because because here's the thing. I don't think they could have Scott Bakula play the lead for this anymore. They would need a young actor or actress even to be in the lead.
He's going to be the guy that's in the hologram.
For the amount of shit that's required in that role, like you have to be able to do everything, and it's something that like a younger actor would need to be cast for that. But if Scott was there as like a mentor character or something, I think that could work out really well.
Yeah, that might work.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Friends?
Yes.
Okay, so did I. What were your favorite characters?
I think Joey and Chandler were probably my favorites. because Joey was so fucking stupid but so hilarious, and then Chandler was the most like relatable in terms of like my sense of humor. He's got this
Yeah.
kind of wry wit.
I would say Chandler, Ross, and also like Phoebe Watt and Monica.
Yeah, so you like the leftovers that I didn't mention.
You didn't like any of the women? There were 3 of them.
They're not bad. They're fine. It's just they weren't like my favorites, you know? They weren't my favorite characters on the show.
Well, we
Rachel
named
was
your
always-
favorite
Rachel
of
was
the
always
women.
kind of annoying. Rachel was always kind of annoying, to be honest, because it was always like centered around her and how hot she was and how much Ross wanted her. I was like, oh my god, who gives a fuck? Just move on already.
Okay,
Then
of the females,
Phoebe was funny. She was the funniest one, obviously. And then Monica was like, I guess she was like the most girlfriend material of
Yeah,
them all.
probably.
Like Rachel
Yeah.
was just like this entitled bitch, I feel like. But yeah, it's my opinions, I guess.
See, Stanley and me like Phoebe. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Phoebe's
You
fun.
like Phoebe too.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
She's like the female Joey.
What about New Jack City? Were you a fan of that film?
I don't think I've seen it.
It was like, okay, before you see Ice-T and like Law and Order, right? He
Mhm.
was in New Jack City playing a cop. That's probably
Mhm.
where Law and Order was like, well, that guy played a cop in the movie. He's pretty fucking good. He should be on our show. That's probably where they got the idea.
Hmm.
Yeah, he plays a really good cop too.
I do not know. Let me
Joe
see.
Nelson is in it. Oh, and Wesley Snipes plays the bad drug dealer guy.
That was so random that you brought this up. Do you have like a list of shit in front of you? That you're just
Yes.
like, so have you seen this movie? Have you seen this show? Have you seen this movie?
Yeah. Just wrote some
Jennifer
stuff
Aniston.
down.
Yes, Jennifer Aniston was hot.
Yes.
Was. But
She's not hot anymore.
she's less hot than she was. Obviously.
Okay. Well, so
Women,
is
they
probably
age like milk.
every hot chick that's ever been on TV
Yeah.
or movies.
Like, yes,
But-
exactly.
She's still hot, right?
Based and red pilled. No, she's not. Friends didn't hold my attention other than funny-ish episode situations. Didn't get invested. I watched ER though. Of course you did for tinfoil. Why does that not surprise me?
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. What about Back to the Future?
I love Back to the Future. It's my favorite
Yeah,
movie ever.
I've heard you nerd out about it, so I've like,
Favorite
I should
trilogy
talk
ever.
about that. It's right up his alley.
Yeah, we could talk about that. Talk
Yeah,
about that any day of the fucking week.
I think I probably like 2 the best out of all of them.
I really liked Back to the Future 2 as well. It's kind of underrated. It's usually seen as like not good because
Why? It takes you all into an all alternate storyline.
Mhm.
That's
Well,
what I love about it.
I know
Oh, okay.
it's the most
Biff.
interesting.
Biff is the richest man in the world. Yeah. That's
It is.
why it's so great.
It is
No
the
other
most,
storyline is he the biggest asshole in the whole
it is the most
story.
interesting. It is the most interesting storyline of the entire trilogy. Like it takes the most chances.
Yeah, it's like, well, you know
The,
what?
the
What
thing
if
that I love about it,
what if they can't get the sports magazine back from Biff? What if he decides, you know what? I've won all the money. I'm just going to burn the book. Fuck everyone. Right. He could have done that.
well, then they would just have to go back to a time when he still had the book. But it doesn't
Right.
fucking
Yeah.
matter. I mean, but you know what I love about it is that the whole movie is just a series of mistakes from the get-go.
Yeah.
So the first mistake was Doc bringing Jennifer to the future. That
Right.
was
Right.
the mistake.
Mistake
The second
number one.
mistake, the second mistake was leaving her in that back alley. The third mistake was Marty fucking up the whole situation with Griff. Pretty much nothing went according to plan. Marty bought that almanac. Everything was setting things up for problems that would be compounded down the line. That's what's like so
Yeah.
genius about that movie. It's just a bunch of mistakes that created huge mistakes down, you know.
Well,
down
I even like the third movie.
the third movie is great. It's heartwarming. It's like a
Yeah, it
completely
goes back
different-
to basics. They're in
it's a
the Old
completely
West.
different kind of movie.
They're dealing with
but it works.
Biff's like his great grandfather or something.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, but he
and
didn't
it's
need to be. Marty's dad didn't need to be in the second movie. Like, well, when he says Marty's dad wasn't in the second movie, he means the actor Christopher, or the fuck his name was. He
what?
they had like they had some kind of like there was some kind of agreement that they couldn't get reached for for his payment or whatever for the film, like working on it. He for his whatever. So they just didn't cast him. Like, all right, well, I guess you're not going to be in the sequels, and that was it. And so they just kind of filmed around that. They still had like his character. They had the dad there in the future. They had the dad there in the past, but they kind of shot it in such a way that you didn't really notice that he wasn't there anymore.
Yeah.
Which he wasn't that important really to the story, like for both movies. So he was really just important for the first movie. That was he needed to be like that was a pivotal role.
That's centralized on him. He was
Right.
in a sense
Exactly.
going back he's in the past.
Yeah. So yeah, I could talk about those movies all fucking day.
Yeah.
The Western was supposed to be part of the second movie, but it went too long. Yeah, I think probably they originally planned for that, and then they just decided to make them into two. But yes, they made them concurrently. Yeah, there's hardly ever any good third movie in a series. Yeah, except for Toy Story 3. That might have topped them all. Crispin Glover, that's what I was thinking of. Thank you.
Okay. Did you ever see the movie From Hell?
From Hell. I think I might have.
From Hell is about Jack the Ripper.
Oh.
Tim Burton, Johnny Depp.
Oh, wait, no, are you lying right now?
No.
What do you mean Tim Burton?
Tim Burton, From Hell.
Tim Burton didn't make this shit.
No.
No. Albert Hughes, Alan Hughes. That's not Tim Burton. This is a shitty Johnny Depp movie that I tried to get through and it sucked. I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
Burton did that.
If this is no, not that I can see here.
Are we talking about From Hell, the movie about
From Hell?
Okay. I enjoyed From Hell.
Looking at it right now. I don't think Tim Burton did it. You're probably thinking of
what?
Fucking
Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow. There you go.
That's good too.
It was all right. It wasn't great. Hey, what's up, Bernie? Never seen a Toy Story. See Toy Story. Great movie.
I've never seen any Toy Stories. Sorry.
What the fuck? Get off your fucking ass and watch Toy Story. Come on. Your childhood's not even fucking complete. I didn't know about the situation of the father not actually being in the rest of the trilogy. Yeah, right? They did it so you barely notice. Kenny might ask Jamie next what his favorite war is. He has great interview questions. My favorite war. World War II was.
This is really just nerding out. This is
World War II. I love that war in particular for many reasons.
Uh-huh.
I love Tim Burton movies. Yes. One really odd duck Tim Burton movie that's really great is Big Fish. I really love that one.
Oh, that's a good one. I've seen it.
Yeah, but
I've seen most of his movies.
My favorite Tim Burton movie is Beetlejuice, hands down.
Oh, that is a good one. That might be my
favorite.
favorite.
You probably could have guessed that just watching the intros to my streams where I have.
You ever seen Ed Wood?
Yeah, that's a great movie too.
Pretty good.
Yeah. What was Johnny Depp's first movie? Wasn't that Nightmare on Elm Street?
I believe so.
I think that was that. I like how they're on both channels simultaneously. I've never seen that before. Yeah. I guess am I on mine too?
You ever seen Demolition Man?
I don't know how this works.
Well.
Yes. Oh yeah, I'm on both channels. Cool. All right. Demolition Man. Yes, that's a great movie. Yeah. Good satire in that for our current society. Things have actually gotten worse with political correctness.
Yeah.
So
that came out a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I liked it. Freezing criminals, and then they escape. There's no guns, but there's a museum of guns. Mm-hmm. I gotta go find out who's trying to get in using my door.
Okay.
Like somebody that's trying to visit me unannounced.
Why can't he just like disconnect his phone or something, or turn it off or some shit?
Kenny, what's up? It's Josh.
Who the fuck is Josh?
Live. I guess you
Oh,
can
something you want to smoke?
Josh
yeah,
just
I
doxed
guess.
himself.
The live could end soon. Hold on.
Just
my
now got
friend.
done doing my. Hey, what's up, McNoodles? I didn't even
That's
know
my
you went
friend.
live.
I told him we are live, but I said I could end this.
Okay. Beetlejuice is one of the best movies ever. I got soundtrack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
brought
love
up mostly
soundtrack for that.
everything I wanted to talk about and anything else I
All
could
right.
bring up on your show.
Yeah, go make sure to subscribe to my Punkstatic channel and also Like in Theory on YouTube. And
All right,
just
everybody that's watching,
watch it
subscribe to mine, Kenny TV, RDA, ZOS LLC. That's my channel. Everybody,
yes,
check that out.
date is over. We're gonna make love now.
And go
I
on
like
to
it.
his. You see, a few people that may not love you came in, but did they chuck shit at you?
What are you talking
No.
about? All these people love me. What are you talking about?
I'm saying that, like, I think the real haters, if this was 11 o'clock, they come in. That's their good time to be on the internet.
Gotcha.
That's why I did it now.
Okay. Well, I'll give you time and privacy to deal with people and over there and stuff.
All right,
Thanks
man.
for,
My friend is here.
joining.
Thank you, Jamie. Good night,
Have a good one,
everybody.
Kenny. Good
I'll
night.
see you guys at 8:30.